What is going on? It's your boy Coach Apxche, and I'm bringing you another Marvel Rivals VOD review. Today we're going to be looking at some Moon Knight gameplay from our boy E-Picker, or Epicer. I don't know. I believe he's silver or gold, one of the others, but that doesn't matter too much. We're going to go into this game and we're going to figure it out. We have a triple DPS comp with a single tank, which means that angles are going to be king. But the thing with Moon Knight is preferably, I kind of like him behind the tank. I'd say, if anything, you like try to help your tank out a lot, and hopefully your other DPSs will take more aggressive angles. But if not, you will have to be the person who does that. I can see you got that crosshair, man. That's supposed to help you aim with Moon Knight. Okay, so you're already opting to go off angly. I would try. I think initially I would stick with the team, and the reason why I would stick with the team, at least early on, is because if the enemy does go this way, your value will be insane. Granted, they could have a shield, but the shield would have to break in the sense of if you're meeting them when they're coming through here and you're throwing shots, either they're shielding it, or if they don't have a shield, like they don't, you are gonna hit everybody and insta build out. Luckily they didn't go that way. So your positioning isn't terrible. They are looking to go underneath, so if you come out here in a bit, you might be able to get a really big unk and hit a few shots. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. Oh, there you go, nice unk. But the Hela is going to outpoke you, right? Even if you hit the unk, if he hits a couple headshots. So I would definitely, instead of just sitting here in the open and throwing it, I would, right, use this natural cover, right? You had a little bit, I would say, too much overconfidence in the fact that that Ankh would do a lot more than it did. But you got to understand that they have healers too. So if he's getting healed even while you're hitting the Ankh, it's not going to insta burst him. If anything, I would have threw the Ankh, through left click, right clicked, and then I would have went to cover. So I'd have went Ankh, cover, right, peek, and do little peeks. But you just stood too exposed for too long. So I think we're currently down. I'm not sure where. I think we're up. So right now you're focusing a lot on trying to duel when that's not necessarily your job, right? Your Star-Lord's going to be looking for off angles and kills. Your Punisher's going to be looking to put down a lot of damage and weaken people up. If I'm you, I think my main focus is trying to pepper down whoever's grouped up, right? Just look for little quick peeks, right? And just throw onks on point. I'm not looking for straight one-on-one duels, especially not at this range. You're a projectile versus a hit scan. He's going to beat you 9 times out of 10. Nice. You're using that natural cover now. There we go. You're shifting your focus. I like it. The onk's going, brother. Ooh. There's a health pack to your right. Yes. We good opportunity for an onk. There you got it. So one thing that I like to do as Moon Knight, it's not as practical because I feel like sometimes it's just hard to set them up. But trying to set up like pre-fight onks where people might walk through. So I might just like throw one right here, just in case they want to walk through here. I have one already, so I can kind of just jiggle peek and throw that, or maybe throw one on point in a weird angle like here. Not here because they can see it from here, but like here, so that if they walk through, you know, you have an onk to shoot off of, things like that. Yeah, that Ankh was a random Ankh. We don't want to waste abilities. Either use it to set up, or you know where you're throwing it at. So I would say since you have 2 forms of mobility, I wouldn't be against you like dropping down here and like looking for value. Because push comes to shove, you have a double jump, you have a grapple that can get you up, right? Or you can get underneath if you really need to. That's the beauty of characters that have mobility, right? If you don't have mobility, it's really scary to take those aggressive positions with your team because if you get jumped on, and like in this example, you have no way out. But like, let's say the Venom jumped on you here. Oh, he knocks me up, double jump, oh, and I'm here, right? So keep in mind that you have the mobility to be able to take more aggressive positions, especially in the sense of low ground, because you can get right back to height. Another thing too, It might be a hot take, but even though high ground is usually good in most cases, when I'm playing Moon Knight, I actually like being like on the same plane as my enemies because it just makes hitting my shots easier. And a lot of times when I'm on that same plane, they're grouped up. Easier shots translate to easier mounts, right? So I might be weird. Maybe I'm just bad at Moon Knight, but I feel like when I have that verticality, I hit less grouped shots and I hit more single shots, I guess. I don't know. Okay, ooh, you gotta be really careful, man. You have your back to the enemy team. I definitely would just drop here. I wouldn't continue to fight this guy. So one thing that and I know I'm pausing a lot, and I know you don't really have a protocol of how you want to play. And I mean, to be fair, I don't really have a solid one either. But like, you should have an idea of how like as you play the game more and you get more experience with the maps, how you kind of want to maneuver around and stuff like that. Uh, but like being like right here is such a random position, and it's in the open. Like I'm really not a fan of this. But like you should like obviously if you want to stand here, you want to stand here, right? Not saying you have to stand here, but just having common places where you feel comfortable playing from, so you don't end up in spots like that. Oh. Nice, he's gonna give you your ult. You can use your ult. Use it, use it, use it. Okay. Do not be afraid to Moon Knight into Luna ult. You can kill through that ult. Your ult hits hard. Your ult is probably the I don't want to say the hardest hitting because the hardest hitting is probably Scarlet Witch. You can Moon Knight ult a Luna ult, and you can be very confident that if anybody's in your ult radius, they are dying. Oof. Kind of just staring down a turn, brother. And I think this is where like you're making like your mistake where you're just taking those long range fights against characters that you have no business fighting. You're not a hit scan. When it comes to primary fire, you don't have to burst. Your burst is gonna come from that that right click, right? So if you're gonna take those long range fights, you have to be incorporating a right click, or you're just never gonna win. If your team's portaling, why aren't you going with them? I want to see what they're brother. Oh, look at this. Imagine you're here. You throw an onk, you pull him in, right? You throw it like right here. Ooh. You throw like an onk right here, which will pull him this way. This guy blows up, right? Bam. Y'all start a fight. You start to fight up one. But since you're going this way, right? You're taking those off angles that your other DPS should be taking, right? Now you're gonna miss out on this free opportunity. And then if this guy gets out, that's I hope he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't. Thank the Lord. Okay. You guys start up a pick though. I wouldn't even bother shooting that. You're just drawing attention to yourself, and you're not gonna kill it. Yep, yeah. Whap, whap. You hear him to your left. Hey, you started with a pick. This is good. Oh. So I feel like there was no reason for you to cross over here. Like I feel like you had angles from up here. You got a pick. You've already got that for your team. You could have came down here, used this natural cover, right? And granted, you're newer, right? So you're not used to, the map probably. But just having an understanding of where natural cover is at, because maybe you could have came here and you could have fought from here. Maybe if this guy would have, ignored you, you could have got on top of him. You could have double jumped up through an onk, left click, right click, whatever. Um, yeah, but like since you were so like, oh, I need to be with my team, you got yourself punished because you crossed an opening with not using any mobility. Maybe if you would have grappled or something, you could have made it, but you didn't use anything and you got blown up. All right, so on this round two, it's actually like really huge for you because you're playing on a very like condensed map for the most part before you get to the objective here. So if I'm you, my idea is getting out of spawn as quickly as possible. I'm literally sitting at this door. I'm grappling out. right? And then I'm double jumping and I'm gliding because I want to beat them here. I want to beat them here because I want to make sure that I'm getting all, I'm throwing an Ankh and I'm throwing my right click and I'm hitting as many people as I can because I want that. I want my ult before them. Granted, obviously ults carry over, but I just want to build that ult, and they're not running shields. They're running a penny now, so like that's free. If they all run through this corridor, which in this rank I think they just will, you're gonna eat one Ankh, a left and a right click, probably get to your ult. I might be crazy for saying that, but I genuinely believe it. Let's see how urgent you get out of this. Come on, come on. Well, speed, brother, speed. You gotta beat them there. They're gonna beat you. Oh Lord. Oh, they did it. They didn't all go. Like I said, contrary to belief, I'd probably just play from low ground. Even though they got some people in height, so you can probably fight them. Ooh, that onk could have been a little bit better, but not a bad onk. Alright, so you did get, you guys got the objective. You're going to have ult next. Got to get a feel for where they're going. Looks like they're pushing out height. They shouldn't really be looking to flank you here, because they're so far away, right? This is their side of the map. They'll come through here, through here, through here. To get all the way to your backline would take so much work that it would take a really long time. So at the point that you're looking for a flank, it's just not possible for them to be there. I would just focus forward, and if you hear anything, then you can check. But for the most part, you should be fine. I wouldn't even look at Venom. I'd look at somebody else. Yeah, I would just be spamming out their supports. Because think about it this way, right? You could do as much damage as you want to Venom, right? And this is a prime example. He will just live. He will just live. Oh my God, unless he's this guy, 'cause then he. Never mind. My point exactly. He will just live. You need to fight his supporting cast. Venom is a tank that is just very tanky, very good at living, at low HPs, right? So like you want to be fighting. If anything, this is supposed to be the evil menace, but it's really this guy right here, this freaking abomination. Yeah, you could have been shooting him the whole time, forcing him out, and stuff like that. Instead of shooting at the Venom, right? Sorry, my phone. No, no, no. Ooh, they were gonna hold that. But if I were another thing you could do too is you could maybe hold like a more aggressive positioning as well. If you want, you could just chill up here. And now if they come height, you can contest them. If you hear them down low, you know they're there. If they try to like push you out, you have your ult to fight for this space. Yada yada. I feel like Moon Knight ult is extremely strong. Without a combo, it's very wishy-washy. So I would say you could use it very selfishly. Especially with the fact that you have other ults that can get frags. I would just use your. I'd be really selfish with your ult if I were you. But I'd play aggressively here. I'd play it from their height. Playing back here is very safe, but you're a projectile, like we said. So the farther back you play, the harder your shots are going to be. So you're actively making your game harder by playing farther. Gotta let that ult go, man. You're holding on to it for too long. There you go. Health pack. Your shots do more damage if you hit them directly, and they're really grouped right now. I would just be shooting them. Yes, I like this better. Oh. A lot of the times you're just using your Ankh just for like the confirmed damage when like just take this left click. I like to use the Ankh should be used to get burst damage. as well as like crowd control people. So if there's a DPS out of position, you can use it to like exploit that, things like that. Or if they're grouped up, you can use it for like to like kind of funnel them in so you can get more bounces in. But yeah, right there, you like throwing it at the Venom doesn't really do much. He can just swing out. Like right now, like your Ankh infinitely does more right here. You hit four people with Ankh, right? More damage, bigger pool, kind of tightens them up, and then you're hitting more directs, things like that. Like I would say just save it for more value. I don't want you to hold it forever, but like throwing it on a tank that can easily get away, not worth. If they have no mobility and you're like when they're trying to get out and you're pulling them back in a little bit, that's a little bit more value. But like right here, like imagine your Ankh here, it does so much more. He's the Fashanti. Ooh, good ult. Hey, your team finished it off anyways, but I'm not mad with that. You did a little combo. That's one thing I was gonna say earlier is, oh, don't please don't get grabbed. No, jump. You have double jump. You have grapple. You should not be getting grabbed there. Oh Lord, Shark says, oh, you live though. Nice. That's a dub. That's a dub ski, right? Alrighty, and for the notes, right? So number one, understand your job. Knowing what your role is on your team can make or break your games, right? Do I flank? Am I anti-dive? Do I want to control off angles? Especially in comps like that triple DPS where it can be kind of confusing at what you do, but if I really look at my team and things like that, like I can see how my Punisher wants to be like off angly and things like that, and I can see how my what's this called? How my Star Lord wants to be flanking and stuff like that. But me, as a Moon Knight, like I said, I like that horizontal gameplay. I like being able to be near my tanks and kind of just abuse the tank for not shielding, in which the Venom didn't even have a shield, and things like that. And just kind of like helping my tank just abuse their front line. And yeah. Number two would be more aggressive positioning that kind of piggybacks off of note number one, tip number one. And this is just going to enable you to be more proactive, especially when your team's with you. There's a lot of times where you're just playing way too far back, and I think that's kind of hurting you in the sense of development because you're not figuring out how much you can get away with. Um, you want to try to figure out, especially at these low ranks, how much can I do before I get punished, so that you can know how much you can get away with. Because games like this are all about how much can I do while not getting punished, um, and things like that. So especially because you're projectile, right? With the projectile character, yes, you can hit those shots, but you're throwing out like a couple little like moon thingies, karambits or whatever, and you're only hitting one or two out of like the burst, and it's not going to do enough damage at that range to matter. You want to be up and close, not like close range, but like medium, like close to medium range. Moon Knight's not really a long range character, to kind of enable you to get more value. And yeah, number three would be to use your ultimate more. I know it can feel bad to waste your ult. I know it can be bad to miss your ult, but the only way to get better at ulting is just to use it. And at your rank, you're gonna mess up a lot already. Your positioning is gonna be bad. You're gonna miss shots, yada yada yada. But that's okay. Um, I'm a grandmaster. I miss ults, I miss shots. My positioning can suck sometimes because I'm trying to do too much. So don't feel bad about messing up. I know you want to rank up, and that's like, oh, I just want to win. I just want to win. But part of ranking up is not about only winning games, but it's also about developing your skills and learning what you can and cannot get away with so that when you rank up, you can do more. Because what's the point of winning games and going up a rank and not being able to do enough to win in that rank and then falling back down? And this is going to piggyback again with the tip before. Make a lot of mistakes and limit test, right? Try things out. The only way to really, really improve is to figure out, okay, if I do this, I'm not really getting anything done. If I do this, I'm doing some things, but I'm dying a lot. So then you kind of meet yourself in the middle. Okay, I'm doing a little bit more than what I was doing here, and it's a little risky, but I'm getting away. I'm not dying, right? So it's like it's that fine line. It's like that like mid ground, not fine line, or fine line too, of I'm doing just enough to where I'm like it's risky and I'm getting value, but I'm not dying, right? So yeah, these are gonna be my 3 tips for you. I really want you to just anytime you load in to a game, look at your team comp. Okay, I have this on my team. How can I play? Who do I play around? Who can I combo abilities with? Who can I combo ults with? I know I should have said that, but we're saying it now. And then when you're on the map, you can think about, okay, I want to fight for this part of the map. I can, when we win a fight, where can I position to? I can be, in an aggressive position, but I can still get out. And then, using your ult more. Who can I combo my ult with? What are some opportunities that I can ult? What are some ults that I can counter once I figure out what the enemy team's running? Things like that. But without further ado, that's going to be the end of the VOD. Hopefully, these tips and my little insight on this gameplay helps you out in any way. Hopefully, I was able to teach you something or kind of bring a reminder to you of things that you may have already known. And yeah, if anybody else is looking to get some coaching, you know where to find me. Hit me up on Discord at Apxche, Apache. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care and keep on learning, keep on grinding. And I'm gonna see y'all on high elo one day. Peace.